All right. Good morning, afternoon, evening, night, depending on where you find yourself in the globe. This is Kingdom Economic Forum in partnership with the New African Concept. With me in the studio is my own brother, Dr. Joshua Pong. Doc, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
If you are watching us for the very first time, this is Kingdom Economic Forum, and here we look at issues, and some of the issues that we discuss might not make sense at the moment, but we believe that we see a new tomorrow. The next generation will come and they will be playing on some of the things we have discussed. If you haven't visited our YouTube, go to Kingdom Economic Forum. Just visit. If you are watching us, share this link with a friend to listen. Over the last few months, we've been looking at measurement. We said that what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed gets done. And if you go to our various sessions, we've told you about issue of GDP, all. And we concluded by trying to introduce another measurement. Look, measurement is important.
Very.
Where you are is as a result of the measurement that all the criteria that they place for you to meet before you've gotten to where you are. So measurement in every level is key. And we are proposing what we call Ghana Well-Being Index. We have gross domestic product, that's GDP. And we think that there's another area that we can measure, and that measurement is called, and we are proposing Ghana Well-Being Index. In our previous episode, we've told you 9 domains that we want to measure. And just last week, we've concluded on the first one, the domain on health. But before we allow Doug to give us a bit of recap on what we discussed, we have said that the vision for this Ghana Well-Being Index is that we want a national measurement system that tracks what matters for human flourishing in Ghana, not just economic output, human flourishing. And our core principle is what gets measured gets managed, and what gets managed reflects what we value. So as a nation, our measurement is determining what we really value. So that's our core principle. And we are seeing the audience for these, or what we are discussing with you, are the government, the traditional authorities, private sector, civil society, faith-based organization, the NGOs, the media, international partners, and the last group is the household, the family. Every family must measure something. As a father and mother, the parents, you need to come up with your metric system to measure. So the household is very important. When the household gets it correct, it has cascading effect on the whole society. So Doc, come and do a little bit on I remember you said that the health domain, we are not just measuring hospitals, but we are measuring peace of mind.
Peace of mind.
Just.
Yes. So thank you very much. Maybe 2 key statements as we move on is on, first of all, with the metric or depth of the measurement you are talking about. I think one thing is that what you measure gives you the area of your priority. Because you though it may be unconscious, but once you measure or you have something which you are measuring, it becomes an area of priority. And it happens in our lives at a personal level and then at the national level as well. And one other thing is, from what we are discussing, it becomes clear that we are not throwing the focus only on the leadership. That is why it is spread throughout.
Multi-stakeholders.
It is multi, yes. So, and it is so important. It always corresponds with what we've said over and over again, that in a democratic setting, citizenship failure precedes leadership failure.
Everyone is a player within the democratic.
Everyone has a role to play. It goes beyond just the
politician,
four-year electioneering
sure,
system.
Yeah.
So that we vote, we go back to sleep. But rather, everyone will have that consciousness that as citizens, we have a role to play in building what we want to build. So to the Ghana Wellbeing Index, I think we did the first one, or the domain, which had to do with health. And all what we were saying is that it is time to go beyond measuring or the metrics, the available metrics for health, which normally we may be looking at the disease prevalence.
Yeah.
We will be looking at the number of hospitals within the space, maybe the CHIP compounds, the clinics, and then maybe mortality rate. We have the prevailing or the present metrics that we use.
Sure.
All these are good, but beyond these, we are proposing the emphasis on the peace of mind, so that the person may not have an overt disease or sickness, but the person may not be well.
Yeah.
And that is why it requires that concerted effort.
Sure.
So I remember we tagged on the Ministry of Health itself, some of the roles that they can play in relation to the building of the peace of mind metrics, and on also the traditional council, as well as the academia, and then also
the private sector.
The private sector. So maybe the private sector stress levels, so that your focus is not just your workers or the employees coming to work, meeting targets, the profit stretching, but rather your focus then also is the metrics that assesses the progress, has a component that is also touching on the stress levels.
Sure.
How are they managing the stress? What are we doing at the workplace that is increasing the stress levels of the people? So that your joy is not the targets that have been met, I mean, just by way of profit margins, but your joy is that my people are also growing well.
Sure.
Then at the faith-based level is also another critical area.
You mentioned about the counseling units of the...
Very good.
And we have
help us to know even regions, so we can.
The peace of mind region.
Yes, we can have. it will be something so nice. So we get to know district by district, region by region. So maybe every year it is published. We arrange them in order of peace of mind.
That's a good
and
one.
we get to know the hotspots that this area. And what is really leading
to that.
Leading to that.
Then we find a root cause.
Then we find a way to that. I think finally was the household.
The household, if
yes, if he is, we should not, with health, we are not just looking at, say, me benya malaria, and I say, oh, ne ho atono keke. And I say, be on yare. But rather, the metrics at the household will go beyond just maybe this fever or malaria to the peace of mind.
Yes.
Also implicates the way of the parents. And all these things are the akrano enya malaria, but
Oyare.
it's not oyare.
Yeah.
Oyare. Yeah. So these metrics, if we make those adjustments, it will become the priority of the various areas or stakeholders we made mention
In
of.
fact, it will reduce government wage bill on health issues.
Extreme.
Drugs here and there. Some people are using drugs to try to mitigate, but I think that with right system, like has been mentioned, it will help. I think you also made a very important statement when it came to why the domain we need to measure the peace of mind, and I want to read. You said that mental health is a leading cause of lost productivity. Peace of mind affects maternal health, child development, and non-communicable diseases. And I think this was why there was a need for us to measure when it comes to the issue of health sector having a peace of mind. Today, because of time today, look, we want to look at the second domain, and the second domain you want us to look at is the community. And we are saying that I think we don't have community. Our community system is breaking down.
It's breaking.
We are not having a community.
Within our indigenous, it used to be
a community base.
Yes, there used to be that communal spirit.
The spirit is dying.
Now,
and that is
individualism.
And
really
we are going to be brutal here.
Really taking.
We need to come back to this community. There's no trust. Look, the issue of neighborness.
Yeah.
What is the English?
Neighborliness.
Yes. We are not having that spirit of. But before you go on, I think you see me wearing this T-shirt as the, my church, the Church of Pentecost, is celebrating the Men's Week. It's starting just this coming Tuesday, 16th to 21st. I happen to be the deputy director, so I want to use this opportunity to invite all men who are listening to me. Our topic for the week is men transform your society. Men, we are saying that men unleash to transform their society. So the impact, we want to see impact in our society. The world is looking for leaders, and I think men are born naturally leaders, but we want you to come join us as we want to take control in a positive sense to provide leadership. So this is Pentecost Men's Ministry, and I'm using this to wherever you find yourself in Ghana, in the globe, you can join any of our meetings, and I can trust you that you will never be disappointed. We are inviting MPs, DCs, Nananom. Join us as we go through CEOs, whatever, all the leaders, opinion leaders. Join us for Pentecost Men's Ministry Week. We are celebrating. We want to come and celebrate with us. All right, look,
excellent.
Coming back to coming back to community.
Yes.
Community.
Yes.
Why do you think it is important? And like Doug mentioned, we are looking at the institutions from government, from traditional leaders, private, going down. So we're going to tell you the reasons why from each specific institution, why the need for us to measure community. based on trust and neighborliness. So from government, the local government, ministry or gender, whatever, why this domain matters? What should they need for us to measure?
So I think it is a standard thing that cuts across before the specifications.
Sure.
Yeah, so the bottom line is, as we were saying previously, or in our indigenous setting, there used to be the element of that brotherliness or communal living,
Sure.
which found its way in things like in Nobwa and other even communal labor.
Communal labor,
Yes,
yeah.
communal labor, and
They built hospitals. They did everything for them.
yeah. So that is the principle. The principle is, and it rides on trust.
Trust, yeah.
Which is one of the values we've been highlighting here for over a good while now.
Sure.
If there is trust, then the communal living can be strong.
Activated,
because
yeah.
with communal living, what happens is that because I trust you, we can partner to advance on a common vision.
Yeah.
And with it comes the fact that, okay, because, so maybe we can look at some of the specific segments, but the bottom line is that trust is the foundation of communal living. And communal living becomes, we call it synergy.
Yeah.
So addition is 1 + 1. So 1 + 1 will give you 2.
2, yeah.
But in synergy, 1 + 1 will give you 5 or 10.
10.
What it means is that the synergistic effect is compound to the extent that it is more than just adding. And you will find that even in the corporate world, here in this part of our world, we are very slow when it comes to collaborations and partnerships. Even when we are in the same church.
You were making a very important one, this synergy thing.
Yes.
It is called kingdom mathematics. In
Great.
the Bible says 1 will chase 1,000.
1,000.
But 2, 10,000.
Instead of 2,000, which you would have expected.
Yeah.
So that is a biblical
mathematics.
Yes.
Multiplication.
So that's what synergy is about.
That's about.
So it means that what I can do alone, and what you can do alone, and another person can do alone, when we
combine,
assess it individually,
yeah, and
you bring it together. It is different from the three joining their efforts to do. The effect is quadruple or in multiples, and that is the spirit of communalism.
And it was saying is, Jesus said, where 2 or 3 are gathered, and the impact. So it's
Yes.
adding to whatever you are saying. If you are listening to us, if there's something that as a nation, as a people, as a tribe, as a family we've lost, is this trust that is affecting our communal.
Yeah.
Our community is breaking down, and we are watching it eroding. We are watching it, and it is becoming so dangerous. Sometimes unknowingly, the messages even we preach from the mosques and the churches, whatever, and even our traditional meetings and the political parties, whatever, are breaking that very thing. And I want you to listen to us. If we want to have this well-being index, Ghana well-being index, we need to measure this, because what gets measured gets managed. And what gets managed is what we value. Do we value our community? And that is why we want to throw more light on this. Continue, but from the government, why do you think we should measure this community thing from the governmental perspective?
Yeah, so from the government, we are saying that trust determines whether citizens pay taxes. And you know that taxes presents as one of the major streams of revenue for.
But it's the main stream.
Yes, literally the main.
Government doesn't do business. Government business is to collect tax.
It's to collect tax.
So it's the main source of
it is
development.
Yes, and we've seen a number of times that taxes have come on board where the people are feeling very resentful towards the taxes.
So there's no trust.
Yes.
They
So
don't
the
trust
issue,
politics.
yes. So the issue is not just about the trust. The tax.
Is the trust.
The issue is about the trust. Because
Politicians, can we trust you with our taxes? Government
because the narrative becomes the mojiji no.
What do you do?
Modi yeden.
And as our BGB.
And I'm mojibim too. So if we all see, because I understand that in other places, even the taxes like maybe UK and then the tax system, and
they are killers, but they have system, but they trust.
But it's like you know that
they are using it for.
It is you can
accountable.
see it reflecting
in the lives
of the people, in the policies that they are formulating, in the financial or in the economic, the budgetary allocations. So at the end of the day, you are not so much off that, okay, once we are paying and then it is reflecting. So we want the people to pay tax. One of the choicest way is to establish the principle of trust. When there is trustworthiness amongst ourselves, and then we trust the leaders that whatever is being committed into their hands, they are going to render accounts, and then they are going to use it for what was promised to be used for. Even the citizens themselves will be raising
the funds.
Will be raising the funds.
They will bring it. They will even tell government, "Oh, let's increase it."
And look at what even during the COVID time, when there was that open room to raise, is it COVID fund or something?
The contribution.
Look at the contributions from individuals, CSOs, organizations, churches. So it is something that will help the governance or the government extreme.
And they will follow rules and policies, isn't it?
Yes.
If there's a community and there's trust, it leads to that one. It will participate in development from the government, because now even when government is calling for people to come and support, they have to follow on their party faithfuls, because they know that at the end of the day they will get something. But there's no motivation. So please, we need to measure that. And then when it comes
and citizens become partners
in
development.
Sure. Yes. They will become partners to development.
So that at the community level, it is not that dependency that we are waiting for the government to come and do this. We know that the government is actually working. We trust the government that is working. But the government cannot do everything.
That's a point.
So what can we also do in our community to also help drive it?
What about the traditional council?
Yes.
There's a need to measure community. What about the traditional council?
Well, I think for the traditional council, it is actually their domain.
Their domain, that's a point.
Because even before the governance system we've had from through the colonial legacy, we have been living already. So one of the chief domains, or what we would call jurisdiction of the traditional council, happens to be the community.
So we need to measure that, how your community is working.
How the community is working. So these are some of the ways we are to even measure that our traditional leaders are working.
I'm speaking, I'm also a traditional leader. So go ahead.
Yes. So, so that it goes beyond, as we said the other time, the mansions and yes, we have to maintain the flavor of our tradition. It's fine. But it's very important. Beyond these things, we are considering the extent to which, how can we, and this is, it is an ocean of endless possibilities.
Now we can't even do Nobwa. We can do susu collection. We can do communal labor. If you call for communal labor, no, we need to rise up. It's important that.
And there are many people who they
want to help. Come and help.
But once again, the commitment is that as we donate and bring it, is it going to reflect in development or it is going to reflect in the development of the trust? Is very foundational.
Since I'm hosting this, I want to use this medium to tell my people, Asama people, those living outside, that trust me, if you bring your resources, very soon we are going to unveil the developmental plan for the area. We will need your support. not only people from Asama. If you are not even from Asama, you want to come and support me, you know what? I have so many titles I want to give to you, so you are welcome. Coming back to the private sector,
Yeah, so with the private sector, it's not different.
Yeah.
It's the same narrative. It reduces transaction costs.
If there is no trust, transaction costs will go up.
Will go high.
Maybe you have to put system.
Who
watches the watchman?
The things you have to put in place. So that's what will be creating all kinds of systems. All kinds of systems. So and at the corporate level or the private sector, just like we said at the beginning, it also helps with partnerships.
Yeah.
Yes, it helps with partnerships where now 2 or 3 can come together to operate businesses.
Yeah.
Where now it can widen the scope of their influence, revenue, and then also even the impact that they will make in the society as well.
The civil society.
Yes.
Why there is the need for them to measure community?
Yeah, so it is the entry point for most interventions. Yeah, so for most of the interventions at the education or health, or even the social level, it is all dealing with the community.
That's a point.
Yeah, so if you are into the civil society, if you indicate the metric of community in your measurements,
that's a point.
And even in your priorities, it helps, because at the end of the day, any intervention will go through the community. Yeah. So if you are in good touch with the community, then you are at a good stand that you can have donors, international donors and other people to also have touch with you.
So there's a need for them to measure community.
To measure community.
Faith-based organizations, sorry, in religion and all those things.
Literally, for religion, it is naturally
a community.
Your
congregation is a community.
It's a community.
Yeah.
It's a community. So we should trust, predict church giving and volunteerism. Yeah. So it is all based on the trust, which is the foundation of this element we are talking about, of community.
You have made a point that trust predicts giving in the church. You see, okay, the church I come from, we have a lot of policies. Let me give you one typical example. In the church, if you decide that you are taking an offering for, let's say, offering to buy microphone, you have no right to decide that, okay, after taking the offering, you're going to buy pastor's vehicle tie. If you want to change that, you have to come back to the congregation. To the, okay, last week we collected this offering to buy this microphone, but there's this emergency that we need your approval, or we deal with the presbytery. That then they will give you that permission to via that one. So there are systems. I'm speaking from my church. So that has built trust within the system. You listening to me, your church, we take offering. You don't tell. The members don't know what you are using the offering, and that's why you are always using gymnastic and lies and giving them promises here and there. No, trust. Your church is a community. Let us build trust. Leaders must build trust within its members, and the members will give you whatever you need. So I wanted to give chipping.
So it's
what about the media?
Yeah, so with the media, you can report on trust hotspots and celebrate neighborliness.
Very important point.
Yes, very, 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 very important. So people who are, so these are things that at least the media has that eye where people are watching, whether through any of the media outlets. Yeah, so as part of what they do, they can make it a point that individuals or enclaves or entities that are very strong on community-based elements, they now also give them opportunities, either bring them to the studio, or in other words, they back them. So we raise, it is a form of a reward system where anyone who is doing something that has that touch. So we drift a bit from this individualism, iconoclasm. So it's just like me, myself, and I. Of course, there is room for that, but we encourage more of community.
I think we have overemphasized on that one.
We have overstretched it. And now it has become competitive.
Yeah.
So people in that same space,
they are competing.
You see that they are competing.
Even in the church, they are competing. So we need to be. The academia, what would academia do?
Yes, so social capital research is robust. So we have we know that of the social capital. So it is something that within the academia,
we need to do a lot of research on that.
Yeah. Yes. And then touch on, so that we see, just like we said with that of the health, we'll be able to see and even arrange regions or districts in order of this community spirit. Wow. So we get to know that, oh, this region has a strong community spirit compared to this other region as well, and the why. These things will definitely
the international community
out of it. I mean, social cohesion is a resilience factor for shocks. So at the international level, you see maybe there's climate change narratives, and then many other narratives.
Pandemics and
pandemics. So when issues come, you see that there is that corporate or that global community trying to come together to ward it off. It shows the power of community. It shows the power of community.
I think our time is almost up, but I think before we go on, let's conclude. Let's look at the advantage. Why the need for us to measure these institutions, all this within the various institutions. From government, I think that trust data predicts tax compliance, vaccination update, and other census participation. So these are the advantages that they will get. But I think that in all, in the olden days, where even if there were armed robbers, it wasn't prevalence as we see now. Because it's the same human being. But because of the communal spirit, because of the community, now because we lack this community, that's why we are having armed robbers. Everybody has erected mountain around his house. And that is where we want to come back to this community. If you are staying in the same environment, come together. Armed robbers cannot come and rob.
Exactly.
They cannot. We smokers cannot take over your community. Because there's a system. We will give more information on this next week. Once again, next week, now we have told you why they need to measure community. Next week, what we're going to discuss is the system, the metrics. What can we use to measure? And then the risk and the mitigation measures that we need to. If we don't finish, we will still continue the following week. But the next week, we want to make sure we finish on this community thing. This has been Kingdom Economic Forum. I thank you for watching us. Continue to share the link. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to ask on our platform. Until we come your way next week, say bye-bye from here.